Otis Thorpe.
Otis Thorpe.
Yo, Kenyon Martin is hilarious. Paul Millsap.
That's the one. That's the one.
Welcome to He Did This To Me, the sports podcast from a father and son who happen to be mostly optimistic Knicks, Mets, and Jets fans. My name is Nick, a.k.a. Goody, and with me is my old man, a.k.a. the big guy, Noel. And just like his name, all we do is win. Let's get to the show. It's time to begin. Are the Knicks in trouble?
No. I mean, in trouble? No. Why? Because OG's hurt?
I mean, OG's hurt. We can't guard the three. We're now sitting at what are we? 9-5? No, 9-6 because we were 9-5. Yeah, so 9-6 now.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Nick. I mean,
only won one game on the road.
Yeah, it's not good. Those things are not good. But there's going to be rough moments. I mean, we're not where we want to be right now. That's for sure. I mean, with OG or not, but we just. We have a lot of work to do, man. This is not, there are other teams that right now will give us a lot of trouble if not beat us, and we have to play a much better style of ball. Offensively, sometimes we look great, but then other times not so much. And defensively, we've got some work to do.
Offensive side of the ball for me is not the problem. The problem is definitely the defensive side of the ball. And, I mean, we're routinely giving up 125, 135, and it's not even just, the actual results. It's what I'm seeing with my eyeballs where I'm watching guys sag too much into the paint and be one pass away from a wide open shooter. Guys are just shooting and getting whatever three that they want. It seems like against the Knicks, you can come up, you can make two passes in a wide open three. And, this is something that we saw under Tibbs, and now it's something that we're seeing under Mike Brown. And it seemed like early in the season, we were putting more of an emphasis on guarding the three-point line, and that is totally gone by the wayside. Oh, and by the way, not only is OG hurt, but it looks like Landry Shamet is headed for a shoulder surgery. I mean, come on, man. It's just, yeah. I'm honestly, I'm obviously not panicking. It's very early in this season. Lots of things can happen. You go on a 5-game winning streak, you feel totally different. But OG Anunoby being out is something that this team does not seem like they can make up for that deficiency.
No, we have a tough time making it, and especially, frankly, with him and Landry Shamet, because Shamet was somewhat making up for that with his increased scoring and some of his defense, So it's pretty scary right now. I think that I'm really concerned about the Shamet injury. I was really, really happy and impressed with the contribution he was making. And by the way, that the guy that we were considering besides Landry Shamet, Matthews or something like that.
Garrison Matthews.
Yeah, he just signed a 10-day contract with the Indiana Pacers. I just read that like yesterday. So
yeah, so he's not even an option. And when you start to look at the other options that are now going to have to step up with both Landry and OG being out, Diawara. Listen, Knicks Twitter, everybody's always screaming for more Diawara. They're always I got to see more Diawara.
I scream, you scream. We've all screamed for Diawara.
I'm as well.
That's right.
And against Orlando, Diawara looked like he
looked very average. He looked like a rookie.
He looked like a rookie, and he also looked like a guy who is not ready to be a wing player who we need to take threes. Defensively, he was, he seemed a little bit lost, even though he did make a play and then immediately gave a turnover that ended up in an alley-oop. And I think it's alarming that our first-round pick from last year, Pacome Dadier, he still can't find his way on the floor with OG and Shamet out.
Nick, that guy, I'm telling you, that guy is he's another one of your Frenchie types. I can't take it. For the most part, these Frenchie guys, I mean, I saw that meme this week.
What are you going back to, like Ntilikina? Is that
exactly? I saw that meme this week that said how Rick Pitino called the Knicks and implored them to draft.
That's not a meme, then. That's not a meme.
I saw him. Well, I saw a little.
It's a
GIF. Then is that what it is?
I mean, No, it's not a GIF. A GIF is just
some sort of look like an advertisement.
It was just a short video. It's just a short video, but it's not a
GIF. A video. It's just something and it has the words on it.
It's not a GIF and it's not a meme. Neither of those things. It might be a reel or a short, but it's not a GIF.
It's a reel. It's a reel. A reel. No.
For somebody who's literally been in hundreds of reels. You don't know.
I don't produce them, but I guess I'm in reels. No, but yeah, it was real. And listen, man, the fact that we said no to this guy, thought it was drafting him was too high, and drafted N.I.C with that pick, that is just all time. I don't ever need to hear Phil Jackson's name again after that one.
He's an idiot.
That is amazing. You're looking at this thing with that sort of retrospect. And you realize we had Rick Pitino, who was a New York Knicks guy, call the team and say, I'm telling you, this is the guy. And we decided, no, we want to pick Frankie Smokes, as my good friend John Moore would call him, because he looks like he smokes.
I don't know why. I don't get that. I don't see that.
He just looks like he's some French guy who's a heavy chain smoker. A lot of these French guys are big smokers.
Yeah, I don't.
He looks like that guy.
I don't see that with.
He has a little something about him.
No, I honestly think that N.I.C probably needs to smoke or something. Like he needs
to smoke something. I don't know about cigarettes, but he needs to smoke something because
he just seems like he
wasn't very creative.
He's so soft. He needs a little bit more like bad boy in him or something. But I mean, Phil Jackson. That was his parting shot with the Knicks. Was just like that was like the last thing he did was just go ahead, get N.I.C with the 7th overall pick, and then just keep it moving. And
he literally cracked open the door, rolled in the garage, shut the door, and ran away.
I think he's a good fit for us. We like his size. We like the size of the young man. We like his aptitude for the game, athleticism, actually the ability to incorporate himself into a winning type of situation.
He liked him in the triangle, Nick. And he wasn't even that athletic, to be honest. He really wasn't, Nick.
Frank Ntilikina? He's not athletic at all. He's at NBA standards, he's an average to below average athlete.
Yeah, he was at best Rolando Blackman.
At best. I mean, and he surely couldn't shoot like Rolando Blackman. All he could do was, play. He showed some flashes of being a good defender, but even towards the end, I mean, dude didn't make the French national team. Now, the French national team has had a huge glow up here recently, for sure. Obviously, they have a bunch of players that are, in the NBA. But, I mean, right now, Diawara had a tough time against Orlando. Dadier didn't do anything. Can't even get in the game, I should say.
Dadier,
and then, Yabusele.
Chubsy
Ubsy, man.
Dude, Bertha Big Butt Boogie.
That cat is...
Come on, man. That dude is one of the Cosby kids. Come on.
I know. Yeah, that's what he looks like. He looks
like one of the Cosby kids out there.
Not the Cosby kids. You're talking about the cartoon, right?
Yes. not the Cosby show.
Fat Albert. Hey. Yeah, he does look like he should be one of those kids.
Absolutely.
Yo, 100%. Man.
He could lose. You know me. I'm always on these NBA players saying, hey, you get in better shape. There's no doubt this brother could be in better shape.
Yabusele could definitely be in better shape. And he played in the Worlds this offseason, which is, I don't get that. How are you not in good shape?
Right. What's the French version of Ozempic?
Ozempic.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
But man. Look, honestly, with this guy, we really, especially now that OG's out, could use some contributions from Yabusele.
Yeah.
And he is giving us absolutely nothing. He's often, off from three, and he seems like he's always committing some stupid foul. He doesn't do anything of note or positive in the game. And I thought this guy was. I thought this guy was going to be a real contributor. Look, Dad, he shoots 40% typically. All of a sudden now he can't shoot.
He's nervous. He's shook.
He's nervous.
That riding up to 95 from Philly to New York, that got to him, man. He shook when he got into the city. He caught the vibe, and it was a little too strong for him.
Something's a little bit too strong for him. Maybe his urge for pastries or whatever. But he needs to tighten up.
Too many crepes.
He needs to figure out a way to be able to contribute on this team. I mean, this guy was supposed to be one of our major rotation players, and he is. I mean, he is.
We definitely need him to be right now.
Definitely need him to be.
Especially if Shamit's out. Damn.
Shamit's done. Shamit's done for the season.
Yeah, that didn't look good.
He's done for the season, man. And JB is
was that his right shoulder?
Right shoulder, same shoulder.
Oh.
Same shoulder, and it was Wendell Carter that he got that he hurt it with last time as well.
What's with this guy, Wendell Carter? Does he have like rock hard abs?
I don't know. No, but the last time he wasn't trying to run through a screen, it was like trying to grab a rebound or some shit. But I mean, I feel bad for Shamit because this guy loves it. I mean, he has the game of his life a couple games ago, and then he ends up against Dallas. He hits those final threes, even though he missed a couple free throws that made the game much more perilous than it needed to be. But this guy Shamit, man, it's like now he has to get the surgery because it's going to continue to happen over and over again. Yeah. And if he gets that like labrum or some sort of like that type of shit. He's out for the season. That's it. And it's just a shame.
You're talking about reconstructing the shoulder, the shooting shoulder of an NBA
of a guy who's a shooter,
right? That's gotta. There's significant risk there.
Absolutely. JB, I think he's got Wolverine blood. He only misses a week after going out in a boot, and he's comes back
going
and
with
he's
the
right. He's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's right back to form. I mean, JB looks great. JB, he's passing the ball well. He's scoring the ball
very well.
He's playing fantastic. Averaging 28 points a game. Cat has had a somewhat up and down season thus far. Clearly, the jump shooting has not been what we typically expect from him. I actually think he's done a much better job of both going to the basket and like doing it with some control, coming to a jump stop. I think that the defensive effort overall has been a little bit more consistent than it was last season throughout. But we still know that when it comes to guarding a pick and roll, he's often lost. And, even Mitch recently, these last couple games, has not been his dominant self.
Nobody's looked very good at protecting the rim for us.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, not. Orlando was getting to the rim at will with zero resistance.
Zero. I mean, just laying the ball up at the rim and just looking, 5 inches or 6 inches taller than everybody on the Knicks, except for Cat or Mitch, and they didn't seem to be able to do anything about it. Cat, I love him, but defensively, he's terrible. He's terrible. I mean, playing the pick and roll.
I wouldn't call him terrible for a couple reasons.
Okay,
First of all,
terrible,
a lot of the advanced metrics actually have Cat as not being quite as bad of a defender as people say. And I also think that I wouldn't call him terrible. He's definitely. I think he has deficiencies. He has other things that he does well. This is another criticism I have of Mike Brown is that I don't feel like we lean into his, the fact that he's fairly good at switching on to guards. And I think that I've said it since last year. He has to be like 100% in blitz the pick and roll mode because drop coverage, he does not have the feel for it. He does not have the hands for it.
Does not have the feet for it.
Doesn't have the feet. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't. No. And I don't know why the Knicks continue to even have that be an option as Cat UB and drop coverage on a pick and roll.
But now, even that said, Nick, earlier in the season, a couple of games, I felt like when he was on that pick and roll and he was getting it down a little bit more, and I felt like he was a little more engaged. I'm not seeing that now at all.
And that's the thing that I don't understand because I feel as though if I was the coach, I would say, hey, Cat, every single pick and roll, blitz or switch. Blitz or switch. Don't drop anymore. And if he and you see that Mike Brown,
at least try that.
And Mike Brown is he's willing to challenge these guys and have conversations and sit there and speak to them like when they're coming off the floor about like, hey, this is what I want and whatnot. But it seems like that's not the game plan with Cat, and I can't for the life of me figure out why not.
Well, listen, if nothing else, Nick, what we're doing right now ain't working. How we're utilizing Cat and defending the pick and roll presently is not working. Correct. That's a given. Yeah. So we got to try something new, guys. I don't know what it is. That's what you get paid for. Give me something new ASAP.
Yeah, I totally agree. And Bridges, I just keep screaming for more aggression from Bridges. When I watch him play, I feel good about it. when I watch his attempts, it seems like, I mean, we know statistically that he is being extremely efficient with his offensive game so far this season, but he's not getting up enough shots. And overall, I just feel like we're not featuring him and running enough, especially late in games, and especially in some of these games where we were missing Brunson. Then I really don't understand it. But I'm looking. Listen, there's things that Mike Brown has done that I feel like have been great for us. Offensively, I think that we're playing very well, and the numbers, say so when it comes to points per game and overall offensive rating, all those things, true shooting percentage. The Knicks are, ranked in the top 5 or so. Defensively, we have a lot of work to do. And Mike Brown is a guy who came with a reputation of being a defensive coach, and only here recently, when it comes to, his stint in Sacramento, did people start to look at him as more of an offensive coach. Before that, he was always considered a defensive coach. And it just feels like, it's starting to feel like maybe this is a personnel thing, like, is this a personnel thing? Because I know, hey, we're missing our best defender and a guy who I think is one of the better defenders in the entire league. So that should have an effect on your overall defensive ability. But even when OG was there, I don't understand why these guys don't realize that if the ball is one pass away, you have to be close to your man, because if not, he's going to catch it and he's going to shoot a 3, and it's the NBA. He's probably going to hit it 4 out of 10 times.
Yeah, I feel like they're more concerned with the backdoor cut, stuff like that, and easy lanes to the basket, which
we're giving that up anyway.
Right, we are giving that up anyway. What I just don't see, Nick, is that, I feel like if you're doing something that's not working, you got to try something different. And he does try different stuff. That's why I'm surprised there's been no changes with Cat. But, listen, I think we need to play better. What you're saying about Bridges is mostly true. I do think that Bridges, for him to get more shots up, like you said, they got to run more plays from him, because Bridges is not going to be selfish and get more shots up.
Right.
He'll only get shots up when it comes in the pattern of the game and when it's the right shot, which is part of what makes him such a good player. So I like all that. I mean, listen, we just have to be a little better defensively, honestly. And that little bit better defensively leads to, say, 5 more easy shots a game.
Sure.
That's it. That's it. That's the game right there.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, I have to believe that Cat is going to, figure it out shooting wise. I mean, he's been doing this entire career. It's not, and hey, the odds are that it looks like he's about to get hot. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at the percentages and where they are now, for him to get back to what is his normal, and it's not like it's like recently, it's been his entire career. The guy's a 50, 40, high 80 guys his entire career.
Yeah.
And this year so far, the shot has eluded him, but I like that a lot of the attempts that he's taking. And I like, in that game against Orlando, he was more willing, it seemed, to kind of get to the rim, and then after you hit a couple shots, you hit a couple free throws, now you knock down a 3. I also like the effort that I'm getting overall from Jordan Clarkson. He's been a huge contributor. I mean, during the Orlando game, you and I were saying, if we'd have had a guy like him against Indiana last year, it's a whole different series. But now, with Shamet out, with OG out, Jordan Clarkson, he feels like one of those guys where you start asking a little bit too much for him, and all of the warts really, really show.
Yeah, we could be moving towards that situation. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of uncertainty now. I mean, we're going to go through some bumps now. We're going to go through some ups and downs now, and this is either going to make us better as a team. Well, I think it will make us better as a team, because what I don't see is us, crumbling as a team, both in psyche or anything like that. I don't see that as possible with an experienced coach like Brown and a leader like Brunson.
Yeah.
So, we're going to go through some ups and downs now. We're going to be better when we come out the other end. Then we're going to get healthy, and let's see what happens from there.
Well, we got Brooklyn and Charlotte the next 2 games, so that's the recipe to get right for sure.
Well, we know Brooklyn's going to play us hard, Nick. I mean, but we should beat them in Charlotte too.
If they lose to Brooklyn, I'm going to really, really start, sounding the alarm bells.
Listen, man, hey, it's the NBA, man. That's what it stands for.
Brooklyn, Charlotte, and then you got Milwaukee, who they say that Giannis is right around the timetable to possibly be able to return for that game. He's out with a pulled groin right now. And then you got Toronto, which Toronto obviously has had a very good start to the season.
They're killing.
I've always thought that Brandon Ingram was a guy. It was like, get him to a good situation. And, I mean, he's just the size
Sleepy
and the
eye.
skill. And, you know, it's all about being injury-free with him.
And the sleepy eye.
What about a sleepy eye?
Well, he always looks like he's high. But I've heard that's actually a condition. Eh?
He's got, wait.
No, he always looks like he's stoned. He does. I've heard that is a condition he has, why he looks like he's stoned. He's not stoned. He doesn't even smoke, I read. He's just, he's got the stoned look. I think like as a little boy, he looks stoned.
Brandon Ingram does not have a chronic eye condition. Rather, he suffered a laceration to his right eye in 2019, which required stitches. I mean, he's had this look since forever. So
wait. He doesn't have an eye condition?
No.
So maybe he is stoned. Maybe he was stoned as a child. We're breaking news here, folks. Breaking news. He did this to me. You heard it.
He got quoted at one point and said that, he was like, I know people always say that I look high, but I don't even smoke. I remember that at some point. He said that.
That all sounds suspect to me now.
I think that's just his overall look, Dad. What? But I think that's just his overall look. Okay. But, listen, we also need Deuce back. And, no Deuce against Orlando killed us. Deuce has got to, he's got the illness now. Obviously, he dealt with some personal stuff before. But, these times where Deuce is in and out of the lineup, they hurt this team. Deuce is an important part of the team. And, you have the Raptors are looking really good. The Pistons are looking fantastic.
Oh, my God.
They got the best record in the Eastern Conference.
Jalen
Duren looks good, obviously. Cade is continuing to have his ascension. And, I was listening to the Roommates podcast, and both Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart said that Detroit last year in the playoffs, loudest arena they've ever been in their entire lives.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Said it was crazy. They said there's sometimes with the Knicks games, sometimes at the beginning it's not the loudest. They said OKC is loud throughout. They said Knicks games not at the beginning at the loudest, but they said Knicks games in the fourth quarter are the loudest.
Listen, if we had to meet a team like Detroit right now, even if we were fully healthy, that's a very, very difficult series, Nick. That's 7 games, and we need to be. I don't think that's.
What do you mean by right now?
My point is that I think if we meet Detroit at the end of the season, both teams at full strength, that's a problem. That could be tough for them and for us. But I don't think we
last year.
I don't and
both teams are mostly the same.
Right, but I feel they didn't have Duren.
They didn't have Durham, but then they didn't have Durham, but they're also missing, a guy who hit more threes than anybody in the league last year.
What's his name? Beasley?
Yeah,
come on, man.
He led the league in threes.
I get it,
fairly
man.
significant.
I get it. I think they're better than last year. I think they're better than last year, and I think they've leveled up.
Do you think the Knicks are better than last year?
Right now, I don't think the Knicks have leveled up as much as they have.
Do you think the Knicks are better than last year?
I think they're better, yes. I think they're better. I think we're better offensively. That's the main thing. And I think we can be better defensively, and we have been better defensively, but only selectively.
I think we're deeper.
Right.
I think that's the biggest difference for the Knicks. But, I'm a little bit nervous now about what I've seen out of Mitchell Robinson these last couple games. Mitchell Robinson needs to stop making posts about how he doesn't want to listen to DMX and wants to listen to, some country singer. But instead of doing that, I need you to be impacting games, especially with how badly you shoot free throws and the 0 you give on the offensive end. If you're not getting offensive rebounds and making stops, all of a sudden you're not really giving us anything. So the game against Orlando, the game before that against the Mavericks, in both of those games, Mitchell Robinson was not having his typical impact.
Non-factor. I mean, he has to, but listen, that's 2 games. Maybe he's tired.
He's tired.
The dogs are barking.
The Knicks didn't play for 4. They just didn't play since Tuesday. Then they played again on Saturday, and he was tired in that game.
Maybe he had to go down south.
Come on, man. No, I actually think they played Wednesday, but he needs to figure it the fuck out. Is what he needs to do, and so do the Knicks because like we're saying, there's some other teams in the East that really pose a problem. You notice that Atlanta is now ever since Trae Young went down, they're I want to say 8-2 or some shit.
Killing it, yeah, man. Nick, this is. I feel like a lot of teams in the East are all of a sudden on the come up. It's not. I didn't feel this way. Well, I didn't feel this way as much at the start of the year. First of all, Atlanta, I was kind of discounting them. And then when Trae Young went down, I was like, come on, please. Hey, I watched the game the other night.
I thought Atlanta was going to be in the thick of things. They went and got Porzingis, who actually is not playing very well or often.
I watched the game the other night. Cleveland, or last night, Cleveland was playing, and they look good, man. They look real good. That boy DeAndre Hunter's playing again. They look really good, man. So, with your man Spider. And what's the other tall, skinny guy? He looked real good last night. Brandon Smith, is that his name?
Brandon Smith? There's
something like that. The tall, slim guy some guy from Cleveland said, if you could trade a package for him and Giannis, he wouldn't take it because they love him so much. He was there, Wright, maybe Brandon Wright or something like that.
Brandon Wright?
I don't know.
I know who you're talking about, but I want to see what name that, who else is on the roster.
Tall, slim fella.
That you're...
and he can shoot, too.
I want to see who else is on the roster that you're mixing him up with. But, no. So you want to take one more stab at it?
Brandon Give me Smith? Initials.
Huh? Initials or EM?
EM.
Evan Mobley?
Oh, I was going to say Eddie Martinez. No, but Evan Mobley. That's right.
Brandon Smith.
Same thing. But
I'm trying to find. I was thinking, is there some other guy named Brandon something on that team?
He looks like a Brandon.
There's not.
He looks like a Brandon.
He does kind of look like a Brandon. I can see that.
100%.
I can see that. He definitely kind of looks like a Brandon.
He's got a twin brother named Brandon.
Evan Mobley he's one of those guys that over the last few years he continues to just boom. You know what I mean? And listen, Evan Mobley, I think he won the defense. He won the defensive player of the year last year.
Yeah, he did.
And now
Great
he can
body
shoot a three,
for the game,
and he's just being more aggressive.
Yeah.
You got Lonzo Ball, who is a guy who, if you're not asking a ton of him, and he can stay healthy.
Yeah,
he's a valuable player.
They've got a good
Darius Garland.
there,
he was injured at the beginning of the season, but he's back now. No, Cleveland's going to be legit too. The Knicks, if they have any, want or need or think that they can win a championship, they have to look themselves in the mirror and say, effort-wise on the defense, we have to be better. Effort and just overall,
better
just like smarts.
Consistently better. Again, Nick, we are running into that situation. We saw it last year, man, where there are times when we made great effort and we were in a somewhat different team to when we just fell off. And I feel like we're seeing a little bit of that this year, too.
Yeah.
And the only thing we can attribute it to at the end of the day would be personnel.
Yeah. Listen, Brunson, we know the physical limitations that he has, but also, in addition to that, that game against the Mavericks specifically, there's certain times where Brunson is he's either falling asleep or he's just not, it seems like there's not enough of a attention to detail. I get it. You're not going to be the greatest defender in the world, but, not getting out on a shooter when it's about positioning and effort, that's something that has to be cleaned up. And then Josh Hart does so many things so well. I think that Josh Hart is a valuable guy on this team. As they say, every championship team has a guy like Josh Hart. Breen loves that line. But, man, there's times where the mental lapses that he has and the shit that he does that's just so what the fuck did you think was going to happen?
But Josh Hart's also always been that guy. We've seen it last year, too. Don't expect any different, man. Josh Hart, at the end of the day, I think Josh Hart makes many more plays, positive plays than negative plays. But his negative plays are quite often at terrible times, and they're maddening. That's just a fact.
Terrible times, maddening, and quite often he stacks them on top of each other in a little short stint and just ruins a quarter or some shit.
Yeah, he'll go into a little bit of a brain funk there. But, Josh is our guy. Listen, man. I think Josh would be a lot more of a reason why we win if we win than why we lose. But I feel like we're better, Nick. But I don't know, man. I feel like we need another piece or two. I don't know what it is. I think if we lose Shamet now, which we both think we have, and Nick, I mean, I don't. Who do you replace Shamet with? That's going to be huge.
Whoever we play, it's going to be somebody who's willing to play for the minimum.
Right, right, and it's going to be very tough now.
It was going to end up. It's going to be somebody like a Garrison Matthews type guy, which he's not on that level.
He's not going to play
that guy. If anybody who's playing on Shamet's level is on a roster,
right. We got a real problem.
We got a real problem.
And we,
real bad man.
Real bad man. We have to make, you got to put that Diawara through the blender. He's got to level up. He's got to level up. Him and Daddy's such a disappointment. This is your time.
He should be shining right now.
Balling right now. I mean, like some of these other rookies we've seen in the postseason last year.
Like everybody on OKC.
Right. Right, everybody
Jalen
you never
Williams
heard
ain't played all year, and OKC is what, 12, 13, 16-1? What are they? There's something crazy. 16-1.
And he hasn't even played yet.
Ain't even played.
That's bananas, man.
And they got 4 first-round picks.
I know, next year.
In the loaded draft.
What the fuck is going on? How do they have this many draft first-round picks?
Because you got stupid people like the Clippers, which the Clippers are a dumpster fire, by the way. They look horrible. They got the oldest roster in the NBA.
I'm surprised, though. Why, when you have a roster that old? I mean, it looked like they were thirsting for this guy who just said he's going to retire, Chris Paul.
CP3.
Why were they so anxious for him? I mean,
backup point guard, run the backup.
I get it, man, but it almost seemed like, listen, we need
veteran leadership.
We need one more guy to bring our older average up. It was like a goal for these guys. I don't understand it. I mean, come on. And then he got hurt just like this, right? And he come back now from injury, but now he says he's retiring. I don't know. He's not getting like sports cars at any arenas. Is he?
No, definitely not. And I just want to look up the
that's stupid.
Details.
I don't understand. This guy Ballmer seems like a nice guy. Seems like he really wants to win, but it seems like he spends money like a drunken sailor. And come on, it's just it's too much.
It all goes back to the SGA trade. I mean,
amazing.
You go out and you say, I want Paul George. I really need Paul George. And so you give up Shea Butter, Gallinari, and 5 first-round picks.
For Paul George.
And 4 first-round pick swaps.
For Paul George. That shit is larceny, man.
I mean, it's
I mean, come on, man.
Absurd.
Nico Harrison wasn't that bad.
Oh.
Nico Harrison wasn't nearly that bad.
It was bad because you already knew who Luka was. That's the thing. That trade,
but at least you got back a player who, even though he's hurt, is a legit big time player.
I know, but SGA was not a legit. SGA wasn't a legit big time player at that time. I mean, we already seen Luka, win playoff series, take this team to the finals. So it's a little bit different. But I hear what you're saying. I mean, listen. I think overall, I mean, Dallas is a bit of a dumpster fire as well. Even though the Knicks, barely could beat them, even though they had their 3 best players out.
Oh my God.
And I just feel like. that Nico Harrison was worse just because we know who Luka is and it was immediately panned. But when you look at the way that they end up finally working out, I think that, you're right. The SGA trade will go down. It's not just it's SGA and all those picks. I mean, Jesus. The guy just won the MVP. He's probably about to win the MVP again.
Yeah. No,
it's either him or Joker. Joker's out of control, Dad.
Joker's killing it.
We got to really take a step back and be like, yo, this guy is legitimately one of the greatest players of all time. I mean, that conversation is I think it's silly to argue against it. And
in the top 10 all time. What about top 5?
I mean,
I'm not going far.
So you know me. When I personally, I don't believe when it comes to like making like an all-time list. I do it and I say the players that I've seen. I'm not because. Like me being like, well, Bill Russell has to be in the list. I think that's disingenuous. I think that's silly. Yeah. And so, I mean, if we're talking about centers that I've seen in my lifetime, I got to go Hakeem, Shaq, David Robinson, and then I think it's Joker. And honestly, I think that you could argue that Joker's better than David Robinson. Patrick Ewing.
I would go Joker over.
Joker's better than Pat.
Joker's better than Pat. Joker's better than David Robinson.
Yeah, he's better than. But David Robinson was also an elite defender too.
I was about to say the only problem with Joker is he's not that great a defender.
But he's good. But he's not. He's not bad. He's not bad as far as his defensive ability. And I think that team, Denver out there, them, the Lakers, and OKC, all three of them are, real problems for anybody else, and it's going to be interesting to see them battle it out as the season goes along, and obviously we get into the playoffs.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a very interesting year in the NBA to see how it all plays out, man, and just got to keep our fingers crossed for our Knicks. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look great right now. It does not look great right now, but I'm hoping that they can make some adjustments, and we just need OG to get back and get back and be healthy. He's so important. I mean, when it comes to his shot creation for himself and defensively, the amount of deficiencies that he masks, especially like off ball. I saw like a crazy highlight tape of OG the other day defensively, and like some of the shit he does, man, where he like recovers on guys, and it seems like there's absolutely no chance for him to do it. Yeah, man, we miss him a lot. Speaking of Denver, have you watched Denver play at all this year?
Nuggets, a little bit.
Yo, Jamal Murray is looking like he's ready.
He is looking good.
He's all the way ready.
He's back in the form.
He's back in the form.
He's back in the bubble form.
Bubble Murray, especially now because he was coming off an injury last year, so now he's like a full year outside of that, and it just seems like that Denver team really is on a mission. And then this guy Michael Porter Jr. He went off the other day for Brooklyn and got that win against the Celtics. Yeah. I saw, he's getting flack because he's talking about the fact that he's like, yo, when I was in 8th grade, I would dominate the WNBA. And I saw.
No. Oh, did he say that?
Him and Lonzo Ball have both said it recently.
Yeah, but what's his name said something about that too? White chocolate.
Oh yeah, Jason Williams. Which Pat Beverly, I hate him as a player. I think he's kind of annoying. Him, when he got, especially once they got Jason Williams with him on that podcast, I watched the first 2 episodes. I loved it. Jason Williams is one of my favorite people on the podcast.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's hilarious. He says like these old school like West Virginia sayings and
idioms.
shit. Yeah, like you have an easier time pissing in the Corona bottle, some shit like that. But he says all the time, he's like, he says my high school team would absolutely cook the WNBA champions right now.
Right.
Him, Randy Moss, and like 3 other dudes, and he's like, we're giving them work. And I think that's true. I just don't know necessarily why that point is necessary to be made. Look, you go look at videos of Michael Porter Jr. when he was in 8th grade. He's cooking these WNBA girls. I mean, he's dunking the ball hard on people and shit in 8th grade, 9th grade.
Yeah, there's nothing you could do with that.
Yeah. I mean, just the
and
physical
because
aspect.
if he can do that, he's blocking everything in there.
Everything.
Because the launch point from the
all these shots
is so low.
Yeah. Come on, man. Come on. But I did see a WNBA player that was on. I forget who it was, but she was like saying like the greats like the Kobe's of the world, like they never found a reason to try to bring us down. They always built us up. And she was saying basically like all the stuff that a woman has to deal with physically and still play basketball. That's something that needs to be said. I don't know if that's the best route for her in trying to when it comes to this argument. But I personally just think like I don't even know why the argument is necessary. Michael Porter Jr., you get a microphone in front of that guy, he'll say whatever.
Yeah,
he don't
like
care.
To talk. Yeah.
He don't care. And they, they moved on from him, obviously, Denver, and they look really good so far this year. You got a few teams around the league that are, better than expected. There's not too many teams that are like a huge disappointment, like where you felt like, they were going to be good. Some people might be disappointed by the Clippers, but as soon as I saw them give up Norman Powell, I was like, I don't, how do you replace that?
No, they needed to use but there's a lot of good teams out there, so it'll be fun to see how it all works out. It's going to be, the latter part of the season is going to be an absolute battle. It's going to be a good time.
What I really don't want to see is I don't want to see the Pacers get the number 1 pick. Pacers are going to get a high lottery pick, Dan.
Yeah, they are.
And Halliburton's coming back, obviously.
I was watching the game against Cleveland last night, and Cleveland ended up pulling away, but they didn't look terrible, the Pacers.
The Pacers did? Well, I think they're 1-12 or some shit.
I know. That's why I was surprised when I saw their record, because I was like, wow. But they didn't look terrible for the most part of the game. Then these guys started pulling away, but they had some players out there who were playing extremely hard. And like I told you, they have this one guy, Nick. I want to say his name is Huff or Haas. He's a foreign guy with a beard. And he was a shot-blocking machine. I've never seen anything like that. This guy was unbelievable underneath the basket. No one could get a shot off if they try to lay the ball up.
You said that he was, I know we were talking about this before. You said that, didn't you say that he's got like a higher blocks per minute than Wemby or some shit
That's
like
what they said. He's averaging more blocks per minute than Wemby. And I was like, what?
That is hard to believe.
But they said it as verifiable fact. I think it was, it was on the NBC, whatever telecast that was on last night.
Jay Huff. What do you think of all these different, what do you think of the NBA being on all these different networks and
Yes,
speaking I had to sign up for Peacock.
Speaking of my friend John Moore, he was complaining about exactly that when we were out the other evening. So you got to search around to find a Knicks game.
Literally, when I go and I look at a game and I go to look at what time it's on, I then also look at, okay, where is this? Yeah. And, I pay for League Pass for the Knicks, but then I also need Peacock. I also need ESPN. And I upgraded my ESPN while it wasn't on YouTube, and now it's back on YouTube.
Right.
So now I got to go through the process to go in and downgrading it, and which I'll just say that for a year and never actually do it. Right. So they just got me for an extra $4 a month right there. And then, you got, games on NBC. Some games are on NBC and Peacock. Some games are only on Peacock. It's too much. It's too confusing. And now I got all these different commentators all the time. And then you get the game that's on NBA TV. So now it's not on the app. And then that game against Orlando, we got to deal with those Orlando commentators the entire time. Me, you, and your grandson were all these guys are horrible. And then, you can see in the background that there's Breen and Clyde, but we just don't get to listen to them.
That's ridiculous. That hurts. That really sucks. But what are you going to do, man? These are,
I would pay a significant amount more to be able to have something where it just says, on game day, if the game is on MSG, I get to be able to watch it on MSG.
That proves exactly what I was just thinking. First world problems.
First world problems, and beyond that, the NBA would never do that.
And just as I'm about to say that, you're like, I will pay. I'm like, okay, first world problems.
Yeah, and the NBA would never do that because that would hurt their overall rights when it comes to the Amazons and all these other ones that it's just too much. It's too much. It's too much, and I'm not ancient. I'm old, but I'm not ancient, and I'm fairly tech savvy, and it's too much for me.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot more than you want to deal with, but it's the new landscape, man. I don't think we're going back. Can't put that toothpaste back in the tube.
Well, yeah, no, it's not. It's definitely not changing.
Nope.
And I mean, you're saying that there's a lot of good teams out west, a lot of good teams out east. I mean, let me ask you. I mean, what would you say are the top 5 teams in the league right now? Maybe we could do a little bit of a big guy top 5.
Big guy top 5. Okay. So big guy top 5 NBA. I'd have to go. So we'll go from the bottom.
Start at 5. Start at 5
and go down. Okay. So at 5, I think I'm going to go with just because, this is me being a little bit of a doubting Thomas, but we got to see them. You kind of got to show it to us first. Is the Pistons. I'm going to put them at 5 right now.
Okay.
At number 4. At number 4, I'll go. There's a real toss-up with 3 and 4. At 4, I'll go with the Lakers. At 3, I'm going with the Knicks.
Okay, so you got the Knicks number 3 in your power rankings right now. You're the only person in the world who feels that way.
I think maybe, I think I got to go with them at 4, Lakers at 3.
Knicks at 4. I mean, I guarantee you, if you look at power rankings right now, nobody has the Knicks in the top 5 right this second.
All right. I'm an unabashed homer.
Okay.
And then top 2, Nuggets and Thunder.
Okay.
Right. I mean, look, you're right. I didn't even consider like Houston.
I was about to say, no, Houston.
I didn't even consider Houston. So I got to go Houston over the Lakers. I got to go Houston over the Lakers and the Knicks.
You got to.
Yeah.
Got to. I mean, definitely over the Knicks.
And Knicks are out of that top 5 now.
They're out of the top 5.
Houston.
They are. And your boy, KD, he looks like he's right at home in Houston. I feel like Udoka is one of the best coaches in the league. I've been saying that for years. Yeah. And, everybody says they're missing a point guard because Van Vliet isn't there. But Houston has, a very, very strong record. And when you watch them late in games, you got Durant being able to do his thing. You got, one of the twins, he's out there. He's getting it in. They're putting him in the dunker spot more often, and he's able to really affect the game. And this guy Sengun, Dad, I'm telling you, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and pat myself on the back for that one because I saw that cat in summer league, and I was like, yo, this dude Sengun, he can play.
He's a player.
He's like Joker light. If Joker is an A+ player, he might be an A- player.
He's very, very good and underrated.
They got that cat like basically playing point sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, he can do a lot on the court.
Sengun is nice, man. Sengun is nice. And like I said, Udoka is going to he's a guy, he gets the most out of his teams.
Yeah, and he'll get a lot out of that guy. He'll get that guy to level up even more year after year. He's a very good young ball player.
You got to keep Durant healthy. Speaking of health, Wemby out, calf. Which the calf, you got to let get all the way better.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, man, but I am starting to feel like he's going to be one of the biggest what-ifs.
I'd hate to think that. Well, no, I need to see more injuries, but I think, you're very nervous about him. You're always nervous with a guy that size, but, that's a tough one. That said, the Thunder are just outstanding and outrageous. Nuggets are they're the real ones. Then you got like Houston, and I guess Lakers. I would go with the Lakers, Pistons.
Yeah, Bron is back. Bron falling, he looks like he's fitting right in. He's coming out. He's getting 11, 12 assists. He's getting his rebounds. He's scoring a little bit, but I'm liking what I'm seeing out of the Lakers. Skinny Luka, this new Luka is doing his thing. You got Dallas now. They got they're going back and forth, whether it be Nico Harrison or Mark Cuban, and now Mark Cuban is back in the fold and being involved with the basketball decisions, which I don't understand. Why you ever pivoted away from that.
I don't understand that.
The guy has had extreme success there over a long time.
Why would you want him to walk away? You want him to stay in your organization.
Absolutely. See, you messed up that pillow. The pillows were nice and even.
Oh, did I? There was a special design.
Good. And then you're over there just touching the pillow for absolutely no reason. Come on, man. This is a set here. Honestly, this whole Anthony Davis possibly being traded. I've seen mock trades with the Knicks going for him. I've seen that the Pistons would be really really interested in him. I can't see why anybody would give up anything of significance.
Nobody's giving up a lot for Anthony Davis right now.
Dad, they just gave up. He got traded for Luka last year.
I know.
We knew he was street clothes back then.
I know, but he's street clothes again right now. No, but what's somebody giving? No,
Dad,
not giving up a lot.
I would like to say that, but continually throughout this guy's career, we know that he has a hard time staying on the court, and he continues to be sought after.
No, I don't think that's going to happen again.
So much has changed overall, perception-wise, around the league since last season?
No, but, I mean, come on, man. If you're a team and you trade for Anthony Davis and give up real assets to get him, right, and we're seeing it right now, and he gets there, and, within a month, he's, blown a tire. I mean, dude, man, that's not a good look, man. I mean, come on, man, this guy.
I just don't know why it seems as if, people expect anything different.
Talent, right?
Yes, he's extremely talented. He's when he is on the floor, he's not a good player. He's a great player.
Yeah, he is.
But he's never on the floor.
Yeah.
We know that. He was able to put it together that 1 year in the bubble, and they got that championship, and that's cool. But come on, man. You absolutely cannot rely on this guy. And if I see another team trade legitimate, players or assets for him, I'm just going to be like, what the fuck are you doing?
I have a hard time seeing somebody do that right now. But like you said, stranger things have happened, Nick. So, Hey, you never know, man. All it takes is two people to agree on the same opposite sides of the same thing, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And the Knicks now. Have you seen that we have Washington's pick as long as it's not in the top 10, which Washington's won one game, so we're not going to get that pick. They're going to have a pick in the top 10.
Yeah.
And this draft is supposed to be loaded. Have you watched any much college ball or anything like that this year?
Not too much. I've seen some highlights here and there, but yeah, I mean, there's some good young players out here. I think it's going to be interesting come the end of the year, but I honestly haven't stuck with it too much.
I haven't watched too many games. I watched the Kansas. I want to say, was it Kansas Duke or Kansas North Carolina? I watched a couple minutes of that. I've been watching some Cayenne, highlights and whatnot. I watched a little bit of Syracuse, and it just seems to me that the 7-foot guy who can dribble and shoot, we're just going to continue to see more and more of those. You got this guy at Dak who's out in Oregon. You got this guy for Arizona State, their center. He's doing step back threes to open up the game. It's just you're just going to continue to see more and more of this shit. And Wemby effect is really the Durant effect, honestly.
Yeah.
Durant was the first one. And then, Wemby, we're now seeing that. But I really hope this guy can stay healthy. But I'm starting to believe it's not going to happen. And I hate that. I hate that for him. I hate that for the league. I hate that. I just hate it. I absolutely hate it. But, get well soon, Wemby. And I got to real quick bring up Jalen Suggs' hair. What's up with Jalen Suggs' hair?
It's an extremely unfortunate lid.
Why doesn't he just shave his head?
Nick, that's the age-old question. Why do people wear comb-overs? Why do people wear toupees? Sometimes that's very difficult.
When you're in a profession where they
show your
filming
head
you from above under bright lights, you cannot make me understand that.
I don't understand it, but I get it. I don't know why they do it.
You don't understand it, but you get it. What does that mean?
I don't understand it. In that I say just shave your head because I've been shaving my head forever, and I'm not even bald. But I get it that some people just can't get there, Nick. They can't get they're phobic about shaving their head bald.
It's ridiculous. And I saw a question on X recently that I wanted to ask your opinion on. I found it interesting. Who do you think is a better overall player, Giannis or Tim Duncan?
Tim Duncan. Giannis is a great player. It's really hard when you really think about it. But Tim Duncan can make so many shots. He doesn't have to, he can make shots from many more places on the court. He can make his foul shots. Tim Duncan, there's nothing he doesn't do well, honestly. Giannis a great player, can go to the hole, although I think now they let him get away with travels way too much. But, he doesn't. There's so many other things on the court that Tim Duncan can do that Giannis cannot.
I totally agree.
I don't even know that that's very arguable. I don't.
Oh, well, the younger generation thinks it's crazy that we're trying to say that Tim Duncan is better than Giannis. But, Tim Duncan, in my opinion, is one of the two best power forwards that I have ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
We had that. People don't realize, at the same time in the NBA, you had, not just in the NBA, but at their peak, like the best that they were in their careers, you had Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Chris Webber, and Rasheed Wallace, which all of them, Rasheed is probably the worst of the four. And I think that, Rasheed, if he'd have played in today's game, oh my gosh, he would have been a monster in today's game.
Because he was a fantastic three-point shooter.
Fantastic three-point shooter and just extremely skilled. And the other thing is that if Sheed came up today, he would have been more focused and into his craft, because that's just more so how the modern athlete is. You know, when he was young, especially being the size he was and how skilled he was, people would have got to him, because they say Sheed wouldn't touch a ball all summer and then would come back, you know, first at the beginning of the season, and he was like shooting lefty threes and shit, and they were like, yo, what is going on? I mean, just an absolute basketball savant. And, you know, this conversation about power forwards has been in the news recently because there's a back and forth between Draymond and your boy Kenyon Martin, which I love Kenyon Martin. I love his commentary. You could just tell he is a no-nonsense dude. And I almost kind of want these guys to like see each other in person, just because Draymond's always with that yap. Kenyon ain't about that play.
No, he's not going to do it. Not going to mess around. And, you know, let's get some, you know, 10 or 12 ounce gloves on these guys and let them go.
Well, you saw Draymond get in the face of this guy. I'm pretty sure it was in New Orleans. And, you know, this guy is screaming Angel Reese at him.
Right. And okay, first of all, why can't this guy scream Angel Reese?
And Draymond's like, oh, well, he's
calling me a woman.
He's calling me a woman. I'm a grown. I got 4 kids and a 5th on the way. You're not going to call me that.
Who cares? I mean, I don't understand that.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Right, Draymond.
It's not like he's like...
He's not cursing you. He hasn't really doing that. Clearly, he's getting in your head. Too bad.
Right. Exactly.
Too bad.
Exactly.
I don't understand why that was an issue. And you go get in the face of some person in the audience. Dude, man, that really pissed me off, man. So what if he was calling you a name of a female name that wasn't somebody famous? Like he was just screaming, Ann Wilson, Ann Wilson. Is that a problem? He's calling you a woman. Is that a problem?
First of all, I think...
What are we talking about?
I think calling him Angel Reese is a great troll. Also...
Right, because he's just rebounding and getting his own rebound.
Right, and I was in Madison Square Garden with the entire garden screaming, Cheryl,
and he dealt with it and thrived, frankly, at times. What are we talking about?
Yeah, no, I mean...
Okay, so now the whole league has to be on notice. You cannot yell Angel Reese at Draymond Green. If they play in any big games this year, if that crowd doesn't scream Angel Reese at this guy.
Right, whole crowd.
I'd be disappointed if the Knicks crowd doesn't scream that at this guy.
Right, so the whole crowd can scream fuck Trae Young, but they can't scream Angel Reese at you?
One guy can't say
Angel Reese at you?
That's ridiculous, man. That is absolutely ridiculous.
And that guy wasn't a small guy either.
No.
Because him and Draymond were like, and he was sitting there, he was smiling, and you know he in that moment he's like, just please touch me. Please touch me.
Please go for it.
They say the NBA talked to Draymond about it, but you know, listen, if I was the NBA, I'd tell him, you do some shit like that again, we're suspending you for like 5 games. We can't have that. We can't have that.
But they threatened to throw. They told us patrons to chill out.
I think they might have told him to chill out, but he didn't get thrown out of the game or anything.
No, because
like
he chilled out. But they kind of made it plain to him, Nick, that you need to chill that out.
That's bullshit.
I agree.
Especially if I'm Pelican, I'm the Pelicans, and this is my home stadium. Freaking keep yelling Angel Reese if you want. Get that guy a freaking.
You know what I'm saying? Let's put him on the jumbotron.
Yeah, let's amplify him.
Dude, that's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, and it's also one of those things where it's like, hey, Draymond, this is part of your job description.
Nick,
you have to be able to deal with the overall fans and what they're saying, and just continue to. You can't acknowledge it.
I've been telling you for years that that team, now clearly the league, for whatever reason, bend over backwards for this flipping guy, man.
Yeah.
Like, just because he's always with the yang shit and in people's face, I don't know why, but somehow that makes people feel like we should cut him some slack. I don't understand. He's going around, stomping on people's nuts, punching defenseless people in the face, and upset because someone calls him a woman's name, and we're all supposed to respect that. It's bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I think that I probably think he's slightly. I think he's a better player than you probably do.
Nick, that list of that Kenyon
power forwards. I'm trying to pull it up right now.
Oh, I think I have it on my phone. If you can't,
44. He lists 44 power forwards.
But just read the names. He believes
better than Draymond Green.
Read the names, Nick.
Okay,
I'm gonna as soon as you say somebody that's not better than Draymond, I'm gonna say something because I think most of those people are better than Draymond. Go ahead.
Okay, Anthony Davis,
better.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Better.
Charles Barkley.
Better.
KG.
Better.
Duncan.
Better.
Rodman.
Better.
Malone.
Better.
Weber.
Wait.
Karl Malone.
Karl Malone. Oh, I thought Moses Malone. Better.
Chris Webber.
Better.
Amari Stoudemire.
Better.
Chris Bosh.
Better.
Rasheed Wallace.
Better.
Pau Gasol.
Better.
Elton Brand. Elton Brand at his peak was better than Draymond at his peak.
Okay.
Elton Brand had some huge years, yo.
Okay.
He had some huge years, then he started getting hurt. Anton Jameson.
He
guy.
Was at his peak.
Right.
But how long was his peak?
I don't know, man. But Anton Jameson on the Wizards, he was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Zach Randolph. Zebo. Yo, Zebo was nice.
Zebo was nice. But Zebo could score, but Zebo wasn't playing no defense close to what Draymond's playing.
No, not playing any D.
He's not even rebound like Draymond either.
No, yes, he was.
Zebo could rebound.
No,
Zebo
was. Yes, no. I think you're off on that. Let's get some Zach Randolph numbers up. Zach Randolph was absolutely positively.
He was a beast. I loved him with the Knicks.
I love Zebo on the Knicks. I mean, he was good on the Kings. He was good in Memphis. Yo, he averaged 9.1 rebounds for his career.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Keep it going.
Yo, what we talking about? This is Zebo we talking about here. Carlos Boozer. Peak Boozer was really good, Dad.
Yeah, I go with Boozer over.
I always thought that early in LeBron's career, him leaving and going, like Cleveland not being able to retain Boozer and Boozer going to Utah was a huge
Boozer
blow.
Was good. Boozer, except for the Shing, Boozer was awesome.
And then, he's got his sons now too.
That's right.
David West.
See, I thought that's where you're pushing. Come on. Okay, David West.
No, but there's other people on this list that are better than him. Jermaine O'Neal, peak Jermaine O'Neal was pretty good.
Yeah.
Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp's better than Draymond. No doubt. Not even close. Derek Coleman.
Better than Draymond, Nick.
Peak Derek Coleman. Derek Coleman was better than Draymond.
100%.
Derek Coleman would slap the shit out of Draymond.
That's right, 100%. That's your man Rook's boy.
Yeah. Danny Manning.
Danny and the Mannings. Peak Danny Manning was a beast, Nick.
I mean, what you talking about at Kansas?
Kansas and...
In the league, he was pretty good.
He was pretty good.
He was never like...
He was never as good as he was at Kansas.
Nah, definitely not. Yes. Definitely not.
So Danny Manning's on the bubble.
Larry Johnson.
Yes.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yes.
Blake Griffin.
Yes.
Kevin Love.
Yes.
Al Jefferson.
You see? Now we might be going a little too far.
Too far.
But Al Jefferson was a bad motherfucker at times, Nick. But
yo, he was bad at times. Yo, he had crazy post moves. He was like, you know what I'm saying?
He's not better than Draymond.
Not Drew Gooden. Drew Gooden, no.
No.
Drew Gooden. Josh Smith.
Way too light skinned.
Peak Josh Smith. People forget. Josh Smith is another one of these guys who he would have thrived in today's league.
Yeah, Josh Smith was good, but how long was that? I mean, no, but Josh Smith.
Josh Smith was nice.
He was better than.
I don't know about better than Draymond. But I mean, not maybe as a not. Nah, he's not better than Draymond. Tim Thomas.
You see, I can't even go that far because was Tim Thomas really a power forward?
He played
Tim Thomas played like a big two guard for the most
Big two, a big three maybe, but he
big
wasn't.
Three.
No.
I don't know if I power forward him. I don't know if I make him better.
Okay, these next two guys I think definitely peak are better than Dre. These are the last two on the list. Antoine Walker.
Yes.
Antoine Walker was a beast.
Yes. Scoring machine.
It's not the last two. The list continues. And then Lamar Odom. Peak Odom is definitely better than Draymond, in my opinion.
Yeah.
When he's the third best player on those two championship Laker teams, come on, man. Yo, he's been wilding on X lately. Just like posting, like a lot, just like posting a ton and talking about like, you know, like the Kardashians, like not saying anything crazy, but just like you look at it and you're like, is he okay? Jason Williams.
Oh, shoot him up?
Yeah. Shoot him up. Except it was a shotgun.
Right.
Oh.
Shoddy.
Yo.
Jason Williams.
Again, another guy who a couple years on the Nets, he was the man.
But again, that's what I'm saying. His peak for like 3.5 years was maybe as good as Draymond. But Draymond's done this now for 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
So you can't put him on.
Yeah. So some of these names are hilarious now. Okay, Horace Grant.
Yes.
Peak Horace Grant.
Yes.
Otis Thorpe.
Otis Thorpe.
Yo, Kenyon Martin is hilarious. Paul Millsap.
That's the one.
Juwan Howard.
No.
Yo, peak Juwan Howard was very good.
Pretty good, but. And he was around for a long time.
A long time.
Nah,
he played forever. Juwan Howard was around for a long time, and Juwan Howard looked like a 35-year-old guy from when he was a freshman in college up until he, was the coach at Michigan. Like
getting thrown out.
He always looked exactly the same.
What do you do? He want to fight somebody or something? He pushed somebody. He pushed another coach.
Yeah, he pushed somebody. He did some wild shit. David Lee.
From the Knicks?
Yes. Yo, peak David Lee.
No.
A lot of people say that's when the Dubs ascended, is when they put Draymond ahead of David Lee. Yo, peak David Lee, finished with both hands, excellent rebounder. Come on, man.
David Lee was not better.
Al Harrington.
No.
With his wrinkly ass head.
Right.
Rashard Lewis.
Weed sales.
Rashard Lewis is another guy who would benefit from being in the modern NBA.
I mean, he'd be the man. He's a good shooter, but is he rebounding, playing that kind of
these last two names are hilarious. Nene
Hilario? No,
but he's not Nene Hilario. He's just Nene. He's Brazilian, so he's a one-name guy.
Right. No, he's not. No.
Popeye Jones. Yo, I fucking love Kenya Martin. Yo, he's hilarious.
Popeye Jones. Yo,
he said Popeye Jones.
I can see Draymond reading that list like a piece of paper, and at the end just going like crumpling up the paper and
piece
just
of paper. What is this? 1948.
I don't know.
He's reading it on his phone
for a fact.
He didn't know.
And at the end being like
telegram.
Popeye Jones.
Reggie Evans.
Junkyard? Wasn't he Junkyard?
No, Reggie Evans ain't Junkyard. You're talking about
Reggie Evans.
Shit.
Oh my God. No, the guy who was on the Knicks.
Dude, what was
Junkyard his name? Dog. I know who we're talking about. That guy was hilarious.
Nah, this is Reggie Evans.
He's not better than Draymond, man. Who was the Junkyard? Jerome Williams.
Jerome Williams is the Junkyard Dog. Yes.
He was hilarious.
Jerome Williams with the huge gap in his teeth.
Yeah. No. Yeah, man. No. I'm not. Some of those names were a little shaky, but a lot of them were legit. Kenyon Martin gets the seal of approval over that one.
Yo, what's up with Josh Allen, man? He seems like he's regressing a little bit. There was a time.
He had 6 touchdowns.
I know that. You talk about how he got better when he got rid of Diggs. I think he looks like he's missing a number 1 receiver. Diggs is obviously playing really well in New England. And there's another quarterback who is all of a sudden making his ascension when he gets Diggs.
I think that Josh Allen had a really bad game. I think everybody can have a bad game. The week before, the guy's freaking setting records, and he has one bad game, and everybody you want to make these sweeping statements. Let's see what happens, but I think he's fine.
I think that team overall has been a disappointment this season. The Bills. A lot of people expected them to be in the Super Bowl conversation. I don't feel like they are right now. Obviously, things can change. And then you got Houston out there. Their
defense is scary.
Their defense is scary, and now you got people asking, is Davis Mills better than C.J. Stroud?
I think that's a little recency bias, as people want to do. I mean, Davis Mills is a decent player, but he's a career backup. I think C.J. Stroud's a good player, man. He just got concussed.
Yeah, but even before he got concussed, both last year and this season, his rookie season, people were saying it was the greatest rookie season in the history of the NFL, and everybody immediately just put him into this class like he was going to be this elite quarterback, and he has somewhat regressed since then.
Right. You gotta, Nick, more and more, man. Very few guys hit the ground running and just go straight up. Who was the last guy to do that in the NFL besides like Mahomes? And nobody even expected it from him to be that great from the start. But who has had unequivocal success since their rookie year and just consistently done that? Nobody has, whether it be injury or even if we take injury out of it, we just talk about good play. There's so many guys, man. And I mean, I know we always talk about quarterbacks and say, like, even Sam Darnold, the Jets messed him up and all that. And the Jets clearly did a shit job. But then when he went to a couple other teams, like there were 2 years after that where he sucked.
Yeah, it took him time to unlearn the Jets.
Well, it took him time to start playing better and start doing better. And then, of course, Nick, people say that. He has one game last week or a couple weeks ago where he looks terrible. I see people saying, "Oh, the real Sam Darnold shows up." Let's just take it easy. Everything, so the judgment's all immediate. And I think Sam Darnold's a good quarterback. I do.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd be willing to give him like $50 million a year. I don't think he's that good.
Right.
But I think he's a legit quarterback if the rest of the team around him it can hold up their own. He can deliver the ball, and he can, he's one of those guys. But it's just so seldom, Nick, you get a guy that is so good with throwing the ball and can decipher the defenses all on the fly. That's rough, man.
We've seen a lot of guys start off and show potential and then regress recently. I mean, we're talking about C.J. Stroud. You also had that happen with Trevor Lawrence to a certain extent.
He's on the upswing again, though, right?
Yeah, here recently.
So, it's like a biorhythmic.
Right. And then also, I mean, hey, we saw Jaden Daniels just light the world on fire last year. And then this year, even before the injury, he wasn't playing up to that same level.
If you remember, before the season, everybody was screaming about their record, and I was like, slow down. It's so seldom you go to 2 seasons, and Chicago's having their season this year.
Caleb.
Well, Caleb, and also Chicago's won 5 games where they were losing with 2 minutes left.
Yep.
And Washington did the same thing last year.
Right. Chicago, I will say, they look like they're getting better as the year goes on. And to me, that's the sign of good coaching.
Okay, but hold on. Watch this now. Watch their record at the end of the year. Chicago, somebody broke it down the other day and made perfect sense. They're going to have a rough stretch these last 7 games. They have a very rough stretch. So at the end of the year, the take will be a little different with Chicago.
Yeah, and it seems like overall, when it comes to the NFL, like there is, some new teams emerging, and some of those teams that have always been in the mix, the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bills, they're struggling a little bit.
There's a definite changing of the guard.
Definitely a bit of a changing of the guard. So, okay, here we go. Okay, we got another big guy top 5. Give me your top 5 power rankings in the NFL right now.
Okay, so I thought about that, and we're going to go from the
we're going to start at 5.
5, come on up.
Yep.
Okay, so at 5, just because they are young, and I think in a big game with a young quarterback like this, we're going to have to see. But right now, I'd have to go Pats at 5, Patriots at 5, beating them out slightly because I love their running game. Got a quarterback who I've always said I think is a good guy if you put the good team around him. Danny Dimes and the Colts. I think they're number 4.
Colts at number 4.
Colts at number 4.
Okay.
Number 3, I got to go with the, what did I write down here? Lighting is not too good here.
The lighting is not too good here. We got huge lights pointing.
I know, but it's behind this sign. I was trying to.
The lighting's not too good, or your eyesight's not too good.
Both, and I got on these damn shades, so everything looks dark. They're not prescription, by the way. Broncos at number 3, just simply because I think their defense is incredible. And listen, man, this guy Bo Nix seems to find a way to do it in the waning moments of games.
Yeah, he does.
Although he hasn't looked great, he does look good, in crunch time. I think a lot of people want to sell this team short, but, I mean, they are who they are. The Eagles at number 2, and I go with the Rams at number 1. You know who I didn't even put in there? And they might have to take the Pats out. The Pistons, the Lions.
Detroit Lions?
Lions are pretty good, but, Goff,
wasn't
it? Goff didn't look so great the other day.
And Goff, I just don't see him being the winning quarterback on a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
I just don't see it, man.
Yeah. I'm good with that list, but I think it's obviously fluid.
Catch us every week on YouTube or wherever you find your podcast. Please follow, like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification button on all platforms. Really appreciate all the love. You can find us on all socials at Independent Nick. That's Independent N.I.C. Love you, big guy.
Love you, kid.